Bulldog580 Sports.
Yeah, see, I told you there was one.
Nice.
Oh, I heard a ding. I wonder if that's a comment already.
Probably not. What is it?
Nope.
Oh no, I was just saying that we're online.
Yep, and YouTube and Facebook are on there. So let's go to banners. I guess it's just you and I. Jeff did some logo work today before he started not feeling well. So here's going to be the big one today. You notice how I put caps in parentheses.
Right. Well, yeah, because MLB doesn't really have a cap.
Well, neither does the NBA.
Tax. Well, right. No, they have a soft cap.
All right, so let's go luxury tax. MLB, that's actually the first one on here.
Yeah, but theirs is the luxury tax after, I think it's 220 something million this year. And then they get taxed up to 20%. They get taxed on anything up to 250,000, and then it's up 30% of the games after that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I do not like baseball's deal. We've got some other ones that we'll go into on this. So first one, looky there, the deferred payments. We talked about this a little bit last year. I think that's going to be huge in the next CBA they have.
It's going to have to be. Because there was somebody else, another big name player that deferred a ton of money too.
Yeah, because what's that gonna do for a team that's not the Dodgers? Not much.
Right. You can't keep up with those teams. It's going to get crazy real soon.
So then if the owners really start pushing this one, man, you know, that could be worse than the 94 season.
Right.
That definitely be another year of no World Series, possibly. So with the deferred
recover this time.
Yeah, with the deferred, we don't have a whole lot of them. I mean, some have deferred.
I think it was Scherzer. I think is the one that I remember that had like a 5-6 year default towards the end of his career, or after he retires.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are small amounts, but Ohtani's, 90% of his salary is deferred. That's nuts. You think small market teams are really benefiting from this luxury tax and the split payments because they still ain't paying people?
No, they're not, because they're small. They're smaller markets, so they run their teams on minuscule payrolls forever. Why would they start spending money now? They're just going to pocket all that freaking TV money.
Yeah, there's really no.
They have revenue sharing in baseball as well, right? If I remember right.
Yeah, they have the revenue sharing. I know a lot of teams this year, because of the regional sports networks kind of going down. What was it, Bally's? They ain't got that extra income, so they're not really spending a lot.
You know who ended up buying out Bally's?
No.
Amazon.
Oh, nice. I wonder if it'll be included in my Prime membership.
Maybe. You never know. Or they're just going to make another package that you have to pay for. But
probably.
Yeah, they got bought out by Amazon.
But, you got these small market teams just staying afloat, can't afford to sign big name people. It'd be a lot better if there was a minimum spend. But no minimum to spend, they're just going to do what they want.
No, I thought there is a minimum, or they're talking about a minimum at least.
Well, there needs to be
percent or something like that. Maybe 50% of salary cap. I don't know. I thought I remember reading something about a minimum too, but So while we're at it here, the top 25 players in Major League Baseball. You got Ohtani's number one at 70 million. You got Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander at 43.3. DeGrom and Aaron Judge are at 40. Anthony Reardon's at 38.8 or 38.6, excuse me. Trout's at 37.1. Cole's at 36. God, I have horrible handwriting. Oh, we'll skip that guy. Strasburg, that's who it was. Steven Strasburg is still making $35 million a year.
Like did you see any reports on him since you brought it up? I was reading a deal last week. They want him to report because he hasn't officially retired. Because if he retires, he don't get his contract money. So he's not reporting, but he's not retired. So that's going to be interesting because he's still going to get that 30+ million.
Right. And like I said, he's on the books for a minute too.
And they did not even get insurance on his contract.
So stupid.
You'd have thought before they signed him to that extension, right before the World Series, right after the World Series, with all his injury problems he'd had, they would have said, maybe we do need a little bit of insurance on this guy. Nope. Right. Nope. They're eating all that.
And they tried to play it safe with him too, and look how well that worked for him.
So baseball's isn't so bad, but you think they'll actually, oh look, I can't spell. Will they ever have an actual salary cap?
I think they're gonna have to. But you got to get past the Yankees and the Dodgers and all those big market teams that like to just throw money at everything.
I don't think the players' union is gonna go for it.
Of course not. But if I remember right, the players' union they didn't want to have a salary cap in football either, and they ended up having to do that. In basketball, I mean, they have a salary cap, but it's really not a cap; it's just a guideline.
Well, I'm pretty sure the baseball players' union is a little bit stronger than the other three.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of money to be made with the 162 game season and all those games, all the concessions, all the parking, all the merchandise. The one nice thing about baseball with their luxury tax again is you have 81 home games, so you can split all that up so tickets are affordable or more affordable than others. Exactly.
And it goes, like you said, it goes for so damn long too.
So what are your thoughts on the MLB one?
I think they need a cap. They do. Of the top 25 Major League salaries, 5 of them are Yankees, 3 of them are Dodgers, 3 of them from the Rangers, 3 from Houston. So the Yankees are still trying to buy titles. That's really what it boils down to.
Oh, the Dodgers didn't this year?
Well, they only have 3 guys in the top 25.
And look how much one of them get. Well, sorry, deferred payments.
Right, he's not paid. But he is the highest paid player in sports per year.
We're gonna have to do. Hold on, you're gonna have to give me a minute here. I'm gonna do this. I got to get me my drinks.
Okay.
Dude, that music is cheesy. I didn't even pick that music. That's just their standard deal. So we apologize for that little delay, but it was brought to you by our sponsors of Nobody. All right. Say what?
So you don't have sponsors yet? What's up with that?
No, it's just ourselves, dude. Just ourselves. Well, here, maybe I'll throw the Kirkland brand water in here.
There you go.
Maybe they'll maybe they'll see that and be like, "Oh, look." All right, so that was baseball. I don't like their system.
Never mind.
I think definitely a salary cap will help them. Fixing those deferred payments will help. Having Scott Boras retire would help.
Right. I think they need to knock back their contracts too. I mean, these 10-year contracts are crazy because you're going to end up having to redo those contracts. Somewhere down the line, if the player continues to produce.
Well, you get those 7-year contracts when they're 32 years old. If I'm an owner, I'm like, no.
The Mariners signed Julio for 10 years for like 150 million or something like that. He's not even in the top 25.
Well, it's like it backfired on Bellinger and Boras this year.
Right.
Everyone's talking about how that's a 3-year contract. That ain't no 3-year contract. That's a 1-year contract with an opt-in and another opt-in after the second year. So it's a 1-year contract with some opt-ins. $30 million a year. He's going to get $25 million if he opted in last year. It backfired holding out for a big contract. So good job, Boras. All right. So baseball, theirs sucks. Now to probably the most confusing one there is.
But the NBA makes the most money. Like, it's crazy. So, again, off the top 25 here, the 5th highest paid player in the NFL is TJ Watt. And we'll get to the NFL in just a minute. But he makes $40 million a year. The 15th highest paid player in the NBA makes $40.6 million. They're the 15th highest paid player. Now, Steph only makes $51 million or $52 million a year versus Ohtani at $70 million and Joe Burrow at $65 million. But once you get past that, the NBA is making money.
Dude, the NBA doesn't have. It's not even a salary cap. It's a soft cap. They introduced 2 aprons. I think their salary cap is 130 something million, but you have a $30 million gap before you got to pay a tax. Right. Your first tax is at 160 million. Then the second apron's 170 million. They got all these. Hold on. Let's just go here. Here's the next one. There's where we got off. It's more of a luxury tax.
Right. Yep. Luxury tax threshold is 149.
Right. To avoid the first. Well, you don't even have to pay a tax till 160 something.
Yeah. Right. All right. Yep.
So why say 130? Just say, you know what? It's 160.
Well, then you got the bird rules. So if you sign, a veteran.
I got those down here.
Because he doesn't count against the salary.
Here we go. The exemptions.
Oh God, yeah.
You just said the bird rule. So and so could play with this one. I've got another headline here. The max contracts. Say what?
Derrick Rose rule. It's another one. I don't even know what that one is.
So it's kind of like it's so confusing. I'm reading it and like, damn, I would hate to be an agent in the NBA.
So here's a good one for you. Speaking of NBA salaries, though, so you have the Phoenix Suns, right? They have KD in the top 25. They have KD, Booker, and who's the other one there? Oh, Bradley Beal. They take up $230 million of their salary cap. 3 guys, $230 million.
How many of those? Well, how many of those guys? I mean, you got someone making $30 million a year, putting up 20 points and 7 rebounds. To me, I don't think that's $30 million a year or $20 million a year.
No.
But I mean,
well, and Bradley Beal is the first one. As I was looking at the salaries, that just he doesn't deserve the money he's getting. He's number 6 highest paid in the NBA at $46.7 million, and I don't think Bradley Beal is worth that kind of money. Not that I follow the NBA that much, but
well,
that much money, I should know who you are.
You bring up Bradley Beal. What about flipping James Harden, Mister? I don't want to play here. I don't want to play here. Oh, I don't even want to play today.
He's not even in the top 25.
Yeah, but look how much he's making to force trades everywhere he goes. You got LeBron, who's creating super teams. James Harden just, hey, I want to go here today. I want to play with so and so. Dude, just go play street ball, play with your buddies. The beard is over.
Yep.
So the max contracts, we kind of talked about that. What do you think on those?
I like the idea of it. The NBA to me with this whole we're going to sit out once a week or whatever the heck it is that they're trying to do with load management. I'm not a big fan of load management.
You know what I call load management? When you go to your toilet and you take a dump.
Well, I think, to be honest, I think that's part of what Strasburg's problem was. Is I think that he didn't throw enough innings. You know what I'm saying? They tried to baby him along, and he ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, load management. Oh my God.
Same thing in football.
Who was that first one before it was called load management? Kawhi Leonard. That's another one not worth the money.
Yeah, number seven highest paid player in the NBA at $45.6 million.
Yeah, missed what, a whole year for a hamstring?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Kawhi fan.
Yeah, Kiwi and the beard, they can keep each other.
Yeah, exactly. And Paul George, for that matter.
Well, true, but I don't think he does it as much as them two.
No,
he's hurt a lot.
I'm just not a big fan. You're Kawhi's buddy. You lose points.
No, Kiwi. We call him Kiwi because he's soft as a kiwi.
I like that, though. Yeah, okay. Kiwi it is.
Kiwi Leonard. Did you play today? No. You got a bruise. What happened, God, you see all these memes and everything with stats, LeBron and Jordan, look at the old days. How many players back then played 82 games?
Most of them. The majority of them.
Exactly. They wanted to play for less money.
Exactly. Now it's all
Kobe
about
Bryant
being on Instagram.
Kobe Bryant, I believe he said he'll play every game he can because what about that kid that saved up all his money to come watch him play that one time he's in town?
Yep.
That's the mentality these players need. Not that dumbass, oh, well, I think I'm going to shave my balls. Oh, well, I nicked my left testicle. I can't play today.
Right.
Yeah, I totally stole that from the background.
Klay Thompson still makes $43.2 million a year.
Still?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they all do. And some teams are stupid enough to sign them to those deals.
Yeah, the Golden State is the one that's paying the most luxury taxes as of right now, from what I saw in the video.
How much longer is that owner going to want to do that when they may or may not make the playoffs? Right.
It'll be interesting to see if Klay is still around next year or if even Draymond sticks around.
Well, didn't Draymond sign an extension last year? I think he did.
It's not 25. I didn't look.
Well, you did a lot more homework than I did. I'm sitting here going blind. You're looking at notes and stuff.
Yeah, man.
So overall, what do you think on the NBA salary cap?
I think it's a joke.
Better or worse than baseball?
Way better than baseball. At least they have some sort of structure in place. Yeah, they got some weird rules, but like I say though, the NBA person for person makes the most money
Right.
per player.
All right.
But again, they only have 12 guys in the roster too, though.
12 guys on the roster. They probably average 10 million a year. Hey, we need 5 points a game from you, buddy. 5 points. Here's 10 million.
I know I wrote it down somewhere. The league minimum for each league. 1.1 million is the league minimum.
Well, that's the minimum. But what's the average at some of these? All right. Enough about this. Enough about the. I want a salary cap, but it's not a salary cap. It's a luxury tax, but you don't even have to worry about the luxury tax because we're giving you a $30 million gap for people that don't even want to play. Screw you, NBA.
Yep.
What is this dude's name? Something Silver? Adam Silver?
Yep.
Yeah, he can suck Kawhi like a testicle. All right, so here we go. The NHL.
Okay. This one I don't know much, or I didn't know much about getting into it, but I like the structure that they have though.
I really did too.
Revenue sharing is 57%, which is pretty good. They have a hard cap, another great thing. They actually have a floor as well, which I like that as well. 61.7 is the floor, and 83.5 is the hard cap.
Mm-hmm.
But they have some wonky rules too that I only glanced into. But they got some.
Yeah, but those rules aren't as bad as the other ones.
Oh no, not as bad at all. No.
I mean, I like the hard cap they have. I like that. Hey, if a player gets hurt and they're still on the roster, you can't sign another player if it's going to take you over the cap. You got to put them on their long-term injury list.
Yep.
This would have been a good one for Jeff.
Yeah, I was hoping to hear his opinion on this whole thing since he does it way more than watches NHL way more than we do, or at least I do.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite one of the four is the NHL.
Oh, definitely. I like the buyouts as well. It's definitely player friendly. With the buyouts, if they cut you and you still have money left due, they have to pay you at least a third of it if you're under 26 and 2/3 of it if you're over 26.
Yeah. The NHL by far is my favorite one. I think it's the best structured and followed quote unquote salary cap of the four.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, because
here's the other one. Oh, less exemptions.
Yes. And they can't renegotiate contracts either. So once you sign that contract, it's done.
Yeah, and you play it out. I think there's a max length on their contracts too. I didn't look into all that.
That sounds correct.
It's player friendly, it's team friendly. I know they don't generate as much overall revenue as the other three major leagues, but they got it pretty dang good. And the other ones really need to take a note from the NHL on how they're structuring it.
Their league minimum is $750,000, which is still pretty damn good.
No, that is good to play a game. I think MLB's minimum is $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million. I mean,
it's something insane. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, $720,000 for MLB.
Yeah, I mean, still good money to play a game. Hey, you don't hear NHL players with load management. I mean, you don't.
No, they'll go out there with broken legs and shit.
Hey, I lost my 4 front teeth. I need back in. Just think if that happened to Kiwi Leonard in the NBA. If he lost 4 teeth, he'd be like, I'm out for 2 years, guys. Oh, and then I need a new max contract after that.
So the highest salary in the NHL, though, only $16.5. which again, still great money to play a game, but yeah, 16.5 is their number one salary.
Yeah, and you know what? An NHL game is pretty reasonable to go to.
Oh, but it is.
And the NHL is a lot better in person.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't watch hockey on TV. That's part of my problem with it. It's hard to follow.
I can start watching a game, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the announcers that put me out, but then it's like, okay, maybe I should mute it and then see if I could watch it better. All right, so NHL. So you would rank NHL above NBA and baseball?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would go
All
NHL,
right,
NFL, NBA, MLB.
All right, so now here we got the NFL salary cap, which just went up 30 million per team.
Did it really?
Yeah. I mean, there were some teams that were going to be over cap or at cap. I think the Kansas City Chiefs were one of them. And hey, they got an extra 30 million. Hey, the Bears have 80 million cap space now. So, hey, I'm excited.
I know Miami is over 51 million.
Is that before or after they announced the 255 million cap?
I'm assuming it's after that because I literally just heard that today that they were still in the cap.
So the NFL,
Jalen probably gone.
yeah, the NFL has a lot of different ones, different things out there that they do. So here's one of them: restructuring a player's contract to fit in the cap. What do you think on that?
I think it's fugazi. I mean, the whole thing is, and the way that these contracts work is like Russell Wilson. What 2 years ago he restructured his deal. Basically, any money that was owed to him, they just it gets kicked on to the end of the contract. Like 3 years at the end of the contract, they just throw that money on there.
And now look at him. Now it's like, hey, we're gonna have to cut you because you cost too much.
Right, but he's going to have a huge dead cap hit though, because once you cut that guy, let's say you had like, because with the signing bonus, basically they take that and it gets split up between however many years the contract is, and you pay that back every year, and it hits the cap. If you cut somebody, and let's say they had 3 years left on the deal, the next year, the year after you cut them, that whole salary cap or the whole signing bonus gets put onto your salary cap that next year.
Yeah, the dead cap hit and all that stuff. Yeah,
yeah
I don't.
Dead cap is.
I don't like the restructuring of the contracts. Hey, you signed it. Both people signed it. Finish it out. All right. Speaking on contracts, NFL, should the contracts be guaranteed?
Maybe 2 years, whatever league minimum or whatever the league average is should be guaranteed, maybe. But you'd have so many Strasburgs it wouldn't even be funny though.
Personally, I think they should be guaranteed. You know, hey, you're signing the contract, whatever you're signing it for. Hey, if you're signing a guaranteed contract, well, maybe you're getting less money per year, you know. But hey, your bonuses on top of that may not be guaranteed, but you'd have that minimum guarantee.
Right. Well, I think that's what's gonna hurt Kirk Cousins trying to get hired this offseason too. Is he's gonna want everything guaranteed again. He's gonna want a raise. He doesn't deserve a raise, in my opinion.
No, he won't. I don't think he'll get a raise. He'll get a 1 or 2 year deal. I was reading somewhere where they were talking about him maybe going. Can't remember where. Hell, New York would be a good spot for him with the Giants. I think Jeff said Tennessee the other week.
That wouldn't be bad.
Well, he also wouldn't have Justin Jefferson. May not have Derrick Henry.
Right.
All right, so another part of the NFL.
Yep.
Franchise tags. Oh, go ahead. Love it or hate it?
As a fan, I like it because you can screw somebody into staying in your town for 2 more years. But for the players, it's not very beneficial, though. I mean, look at Earl Thomas. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt on a contract year and pretty much ruined his career.
Well, I don't like the franchise tag because it's almost like you're a hostage. But on the team side of it, if they franchise tag you, you get what? The average of the top 5 players at your position. So if you're making $5 million a year, huh?
If you're unrestricted, you get top 5. If you're a restricted free agent and they tag you, you get top 10.
Well, I think I'm talking the straight up franchise tag that the players hate. You know,
right, right.
But if you're making $5 million a year and you get franchise tagged and you go up to $20 million a year, hey, that's good for 1 year. I don't think a team should be able to franchise tag them more than once.
No, or at least not in back-to-back years. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you franchise tag them in year 3, and then you franchise them again in year 6. You know what I'm saying? Like after you give them the contract, franchise them again. I think that would be fine. But yeah, the whole thing of back-to-back years, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like if you're a player, you're being held hostage.
Now, did you know with the incentives in the contracts, if you hit the incentive, that goes against the cap next year. And if you let's see, if you don't hit it, I don't remember. Hold on.
Well, if you don't hit it, it shouldn't count against you.
Right. Wait. Oh, okay. So if you don't hit it, you get a credit on the next year. I just think there's going to be a lot of teams sooner or later with them kicking kicking it down the road every year. It's going to become a problem with that dead cap. So of the top 25 NFL salaries, 17 out of 25 are quarterbacks, 4 defensive linemen, 1 defensive back, 1 offensive lineman, 2 wide receivers.
All right, sorry. Had a message. Say that again.
Of the top 25 in the NFL, 17 are quarterbacks, 4 defensive linemen, 1 DB, 1 offensive lineman, 2 wide receivers.
Well, of course, quarterbacks are going to be the most.
Right? I'm just saying that's the down. The first player that is not a quarterback is Aaron Donald at $35 million. He's the 10th highest paid player in the league.
I think running backs are definitely way underpaid for the workloads they do.
But see, it's tough to take care of them, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just give a kid coming out of college $10 million. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like their rookie setup. You know, it's what, a 4 or 5 year deal if you're a rookie, but it's all after that. You know, I mean,
right. That's the thing for running backs is they never get the big contract. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it to the second contract.
Yeah, they should get the big
a lot
money
of them don't
deal.
make it to the second contract.
You know, if you look how much it is to go to an NFL game.
Oh God, what at least $100 a seat, isn't it?
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. At least
you got to figure you only have 8 home games. Some years you may have 9 unless you play out of the country or wherever they have you going.
An issue too.
So the fans in the NFL are paying more to go to a game. There's only 8 games to split it up on. Now, granted, to me, I think they have. Huh?
There's going to end up being 20 games real soon.
I don't know. They're going to have to do something to offset some salaries. Because at some point, fans are going to say, I can't go. Think how much a family of 4 would cost to go to an NFL game.
I'll tell you here in a second.
I'm willing to bet that some parents taking their kids to an NFL game will be like, okay, kids, we can go watch the Bears or we can skip the house payment. We may not have a place to live, but we're going to go watch the Bears or the Seahawks or whoever.
So the average price of a 2023 NFL ticket is $377.
Yeah.
That's average though. So I mean that's gotta count like luxury boxes or whatever. You would think.
You know, if the NFL is making them, and I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure they are the biggest revenue maker of the 4 major U.S. sports.
Oh, easily. Just their TV deal is massive.
So why are you screwing your fan base over? You know, look how much money they're getting from the NFL ticket crap. $400 a year to watch all the games. Just
oh god, yes.
Just think how many more people they would get if it was cheaper.
Oh, you get tons more.
Yeah, the NFL one, I think it's better than the NBA, but it's still, that's nuts. So the NFL's $255 million a year for their salary cap.
Right.
The NBA salary cap was what did we say? 130, and then 160.
Well, yeah. 122, 149, and 155. 155 is like their hard cap is 155.
So the NFL salary cap per team is $100 million more than the NBA.
Yeah, but they also have 40 more players they got to pay too.
Still, okay, your backups and your scrubs, hey, they're at minimum.
Right.
You earn that money. You want to be a starter? Go earn it. Look at the NBA or the MLB teams. You're being Mr. Google there. How much the highest salaries in MLB for a team?
The highest payroll? Oh, it's the Dodgers. Dodgers,
yeah,
and
but what's the amount? Your background next week, instead of shaving your balls, needs to say Mr. Google.
So for 2023, wait, no, I want 2024. All right, so let's see here. Yankees at 290 million. The Mets at 283 million. The Astros at 237. Phillies at 237. Blue Jays.
Okay. So hold on. So you take out the top two, which is the New York teams. They're under 255 million.
Yeah, 237.
Now they don't have as many players, but damn, you take that money, spread it around, you're going to make that money with concessions instead of having to rate people. I went to a Cowboys game a couple years ago, and damn, there was $90 parking. Jerry Jones is down there in Dallas raping people, and they don't even know it. You know, you think Joe Biden's behind people rubbing up on him. Jerry Jones is behind you just ramming it up you, going, hey, I'm getting your money, bitch.
Yeah, I saw for the Seahawks, it was like $80 for parking this year. So, like, right by the stadium. I was like, fuck that, man. It's ridiculous.
Now, some places were cheaper, but I mean, damn, $90 for parking. You know, you could go to a Wendy's and find it for $50. Wendy's. You know, Wendy's is charging you for parking over there. They're like, hey, we ain't got sales today. We're making our money off of parking.
For parking. So the Dodgers payroll is only $209 million, by the way.
That's because they deferred the shit.
Kick in the can.
Just you watch. That's going to start coming back, and teams are like, you know what? Hey, they did it. Why can't I do it? It don't matter in 10 years. Hey, where am I going to come up with all this money in 10 years? That owner's going to bounce at like year 9 before it's starting to be due.
Yep. 17.
All right,
So it says for the NFL, it says the most cost-effective team to go see a game and get hot dogs and beer and all that stuff is the Texans, and the average spend is $379.
That's good to know because I believe the Bears go to Houston this year.
The Bears, by the way, are number 10 at $468 average spend.
Hey, I can go there, get my beers and get my drinks in before I go and just kind of sober up during the game.
Right.
Matter of fact, speaking of beers, I wish I had another one right now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how high that salary cap is for all those players. Be interesting how many of the non-starters are making over league minimum. What's league minimum in NFL, Mr. Google?
It is pretty decent. It's I want to say, oh yeah, NBA. Like 1 point. No, I'm sorry. Rookie min is 750, and after 3 years, it's 940. So pretty damn good.
Well, what's a veteran minimum?
940.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't consider after 3 years a veteran, but okay, if that's how they do it. So you're giving all that money to the quarterbacks. You know, let them make their money on endorsements and whatnot. I mean, come on. Just think how much cheaper our insurance would be if you have State Farm, if you weren't paying Patrick Mahomes for all his commercials.
And Andy.
Yeah. You know what? I would write it on my memo on my checks when I'd go pay my insurance. I'd write on there, Patrick Mahomes, new commercial.
Or
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? All right, so we got NFL. We covered there. All right, so of the 4 of the quote unquote cap systems, which I get, hey, players want their money, owners want their money. Shoot, I think the NFL make a lot more money of look how many water boys and water girls they have during the game. Look how many people are holding tablets. You need that many people?
Look how many coaches they have on the sidelines, too. It's ridiculous.
I know. It's worse than going to a Salford football game here at high school when you got the whole administration as a football coach. Each player has its own coach. You know what? You don't need to hire someone to hold the tablet. Put it on a podium and let the players go look at it. Oh, you need a drink of water? Instead of squirting it in your mouth, do it your damn self.
Oh, going back to the NBA, they have to spend 90% of the salary cap, by the way. They have to spend that. That's like mandatory.
Hey, I love the fact that they have to have a minimum on there. That's great. Oh, pardon me.
I think so too.
That's great to have a minimum. I mean, because at least that way, hey, your players are getting paid, and you ain't got teams like the Kansas City Royals or the Florida Marlins or Tampa Bay not paying jack crap to and by Tampa Bay, I mean the Devil Rays not paying anything.
I don't know how they do so well. They scrap the whole team, and then 5 years later, they make it back to the World Series again.
Drafting.
Okay.
I mean,
drafting
and developing.
That's the hardest draft to hit, I think.
Well, yeah, but how many of those are first-round picks? How many come in later? How many people are they finding like off the streets or off the fields in Cuba or wherever?
Right. Going to DR and finding people.
Going down to Venezuela and just picking up little teenagers off the oil fields.
Right.
You know, you got go ahead.
How many players are on a major league roster? Isn't it 53? No, that's football. 27?
I think it's up to 27.
The Athletics payroll is $45 million. So they're averaging $2 million a player.
Yeah, and look at the field they put out. That's why I like the minimum. They ain't got shit. I mean, they're literally
Right.
as good as the shit and the sewage that's coming out of their stadium that they're trying to get out of.
Yeah. That's just a bad situation. It sucks that they're leaving Oakland, but
Hey, Oakland's had how many years? This has been going on for 30 years, I think.
Oh yeah, that stadium was a pile when they won the World Series.
Yeah. I mean, go to Vegas. Hey, you know what? Vegas would be the best spot if I owned a team that I'd want to go to. Because if you don't have a solid fan base, how many drunk tourists are you going to get saying, hey, let's go to a game?
Right? Especially baseball.
I mean, last couple of years, I've gone to Vegas during hockey season. I can't get tickets to the nights.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's incredibly hard to get tickets to the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and if you haven't been since they've been there, I mean, dude, it's in with walking distance of just about anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's right. It's right on the strip, isn't it?
I know when we were at MGM Grand, we would walk out the door and we'd walk about a block, and there it was.
That's crazy. Isn't the football stadium's right there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like on the other side, and that thing's huge.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, they call it the Death Star, and from the outside, it is ugly.
but same thing with football too. I heard they only sell like they leave basically at least a quarter of their tickets for away fans to come and fucking fill their stadium.
Well, why wouldn't you? You got all those tourists. Vegas is the cheapest place to go for a vacation.
As long as you stay out of the casinos.
If you stay out of the no, you can go in the casino. You just don't gamble so much.
Right, exactly.
You know, a couple of weeks we'll find out.
Right, exactly.
You know, and it may be hockey season. It is hockey season.
We're gonna see again, right?
Yeah, baseball going there, the NBA going there. You're almost guaranteed a sellout. It may not be your fans, you may not like it. If that's the case, build your fan base.
Right. Same with LA too. LA's got a problem filling up those stadium or the stadium. Both teams.
Okay, which one? You talking like Anaheim Angels, or you talking like the NFL LAs?
I'm talking about NFL. I'm talking about the Rams and the Chargers.
Well, dude, the Chargers should have never left.
Exactly.
The Chargers fan base is like, screw you. I'm staying here.
Why would you want to go to LA? There's just so much going on in LA to try to have to fight, to fill a stadium. I wouldn't go. I would have stayed in San Diego. Fuck it.
Hey, that stadium's amazing.
Oh, SoFi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been. I haven't even seen it. Obviously, besides on TV.
I'm just talking just from looking at it and looking at all the stuff right there. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but then you got the homeless people that fucking live all around it too, though.
So we got off track a little. So let's go back to the cap system for just a minute. How would you rank the four sports with their quote unquote cap systems?
Hockey, football, basketball, baseball.
That's the way I would go. That's same exact way I would go.
I don't see that changing anytime soon either.
No. Not until
because
CBA.
It has to be all collectively bargained, didn't it?
Yeah, I think baseball's next CBA is in a couple years. So we'll see. Now that Ohtani has set that bar high for a dude coming off Tommy John that isn't going to pitch.
Right.
I'm sorry, but is 30 to 40 home runs worth $70 million a year? No.
I don't know. Aaron Judge was 40.
Yeah, well, and he's got big toe problems that he came out and said it's going to be a lifelong thing he has to keep an eye on for his toe. So he's turned it into Kiwi Leonard. Call him Big Toe Joe.
Right. He's pretty damn good, though. All right, so baseball is good through the 2026.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one if other teams keep saying, "Hey, this much." I don't look at the news statistics how they do with the war and all that stuff. I'm like, look, I'd rather have someone batting close to 300, getting base hits, getting on base, playing that damn money ball. If you hit a home run, you hit a home run. Yeah, I'll pay a guy that hits 30, 40 home runs more. Just, you know what? All the leagues should just go straight performance based. You're going to get this much for a home run, this much for a hit, this much for a touchdown, this much for a block, all that shit.
One thing that I do like. That is one thing I do like about the NBA, though, is their contracts are pretty well lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hit certain metrics, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get a certain amount of money. There's not a lot of wiggle room, I don't think, on that.
No, but hey, pay them by performance. As much money as they're making, you should put up, more than 15 points and 5 rebounds a game. You should play more than 40 games, Kawhi.
Right.
Harden.
Well, see, that is one thing I do like about the NBA's CBA is the fact that they have to play a certain amount of games to be eligible for fucking for awards, which pissed a bunch of people off. But play basketball.
So what? So you didn't win a stupid award. You still got your 40 million.
But the thing is a lot of those, like the max contracts and super max contracts, you have to have either like All NBA, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and maybe Defensive Team, but you have to be on get one of those to become eligible for max.
For the super max. Okay, so instead of super max, you get a max contract. So you got people like Kiwi that are like, hey, I'll make this much and not have to play so much. 30 million a year, 81 total games, and I'll play in 50. Sorry. Yeah, I would have liked to have heard.
What's that?
Said I would like to heard Jeff's stuff on this.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. So football is good through 2030. So they're good for a while.
Say that again.
Football is good with the CBA through 2030.
Yeah. I think baseball is the first one up.
Yeah, I'm looking up the other two right now. They're good through 2030 as well. NBA is good through 2030.
NHL isn't going to have a whole lot to change. NHL doesn't want to go through the lockout strike and go through. I think theirs would hurt them worse than baseball's did.
Yeah, they're only good through 26 as well, though, so they only got a couple more years.
Yeah, but I don't see that one being an issue at all.
No,
I mean they lost so much TV money, and I mean
owners and players know that they can't do it again.
Yeah, they just got TV back finally.
Well, it's good that ESPN picked it up too for what it's worth. Lord knows how long ESPN is going to be sticking around too, though.
Right. All right, we got anything else we want to go on?
I don't know if you heard I sent you the text about it though. Richard Sherman got popped for another DUI.
You know what? I know lots of people that have got DUIs. Lots of friends, lots of family. You know what? Why does the media got to make a big deal about it? So what? Yeah, he may lose his job. He may not. At least he didn't kill anybody.
Right. I'm seeing he probably loses his job with Skip, but I don't think he loses his Amazon job.
Richard Sherman's on there with Skip?
Yeah, he's on Skip Bayless on Fox, whatever the name of his show is. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Maybe. Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah,
I catch clips on
don't watch
YouTube every
that.
once in a while, but
I don't watch that. I like watching what is that one? Was it First Take with Stephen A? But goddamn, Stephen A yells all the flipping time.
Yeah. Well, he has to get his point across.
I know that, especially when he doesn't agree with somebody. You know, hey, I'm going to get rid of Kellerman because he argues with me.
Yeah, I like Max Kellerman.
I do too. I like Shannon Sharp as well. You know, hey, that'd be another good topic. Sports shows that we like.
Him and Ocho's show's pretty good every night, or not every night, but wherever nights they do it. I love me some Ocho.
Well, all right. Well, I'm glad you shaved your balls for this.
Yes, I did.
Hey, and you showed up. It's you didn't have to take a load management game.
No load management for me.
So we should see everybody next Sunday night.
Next Sunday night. Same bad time, same bad channel.
I think 2 Sunday nights I'll probably be going my part live from Vegas.
Yeah. I don't know how we're gonna do that because I'm not sure.
I'll do it from my phone.
That's true.
I'll just do it from my phone. I'll be out walking with some dancers and stuff like that. I'll get some people on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I'm going to be in on Sunday, so we'll have to figure that out. But
all right, well, we're going to end this live session after 57 minutes. We're ending the stream, people. To the nuns of people that watched, we appreciate it. To the nuns of sponsors we got, we appreciate it. All right, stream over.